I don't really understand that, whatnot, or I want to discuss this further with everyone. So we've kind of already talked a lot about that. I'm just going to go through a lot of the different systems of healing. So there's whole body, allopathic, homeopathy, naturopathy, traditional Chinese medicine. Those have a whole theory behind them. That's what makes them a whole body system. They look at different things. They target something with different therapies with that system. So again, mind body, that's that mind-body connection. A lot of those are either in the West, therapy-based. They look at a psychological condition, or they look at that connection that if I use my mind, and sometimes my energetic mind is moving something energetically in my body. So meridians will sometimes be in art therapy, using movement of the hand to elicit emotion. Biological, so using chemicals to change different receptors in the body. Manipulation, that's moving any part of the body physically to get a response. So osteopathy. You'll see a lot of these doctors as surgeons in the hospital simply because I'm thinking their thought process, their theory of where they come from of moving, manipulating leads them to be a surgeon. However, they can practice medicine and prescribe drugs and chiropractic massage. A lot of these, Rolfing, Alexander, and Feldenkrais target posture alignment, so getting the body to a natural alignment in whatever way they trigger it will get you back to health or whatnot. We'll talk about polarity. So that's bordering energy work as well. So there's two different types of energy work. So biofield, we have this natural energy around us. Acupuncture targets that with meridians, Reiki, touch, healing touch, and I'm sure I've left out some of these. Chakras. Well, chakra, a lot of these operate on that main theory. They do. So they kind of take that system and tweak it a little bit. And of course, if someone needs a PhD project, they kind of tweak that. And then electromagnetic, but really they're all just kind of a good mosaic. And these are kind of prominent ones that stick out to me as most popular. However, allopathic in the West is, of course, a big one. So, of course, I might have mentioned holistic nursing. We look at the whole body as the goal. Anything that looks at that whole body healing is the goal of holistic nursing. Energy work, much like emotion, is very hard to quantify. So energy work is very hard. That's why it's very hard to work with in hospitals. So the call for holistic care, and this is complementary alternative modalities, is because Western medicine has reduced patients to numbers, to vitals, to results, to studies. So that's why people are just calling for more and more. They're not being heard. And I tell people, my patients will let me do all these things to them, but they're complaining about all the things I'm not doing for them. That makes sense.
So I work for a nonprofit organization, and what we do is, I'm sure you've heard of being a nonprofit, you may or may not have, is I work with the Center for Medicare, and I run a contract that tells 18,000 providers throughout South Carolina which measures they should be doing, which are basically initiatives that providers should be doing when they see a patient, whether it's checking their features of diabetes, et cetera. And so one of the doctors expressed concern at a conference that I was doing. He said, I'm afraid that my patients have passion for the love. Well, why? He said, well, because the patient comes in and they're telling me what's wrong with them and they're telling me what they want, and when I tell them what they need, they're not hearing it because it's so ingrained that I can go to the doctor and get a quick fix. And he's so mad. You don't really need that. You need to get outside and get some vitamin D and go have fun and these types of right.
It's true. It's a very system. we're targeting things symptomatically when it's a system approach that we should be taking. Because if I tell a patient, we should really look at some of the lifestyle factors, what would work for you, and they may give me one or two things. It would really help me if I quit smoking. Okay, well, what could we do? I just need a little help. Okay, chances. It may not be covered by their insurance. So it's and part of it is their responsibility, and part of it is our responsibility to help them and set those environmental factors. Florence Nightingale said, the only thing I need to do is put them in the best conditions for nature to act upon. So I don't need to be taking their cigarette. I don't need to be manipulating things. I just need to make it possible for them to do their own healing. However, you're exactly right. If the doctor suddenly with that patient said, you need to do X, Y, Z, it ain't gonna work. So it really, there's problems within the whole system. So that's it. But you're right. It's a lot of things. It is. But, I've seen measures to change it where there's more health promotion, and that's what it turns out from the Center of Medicare and Medicaid. All right, you're here for your annual checkup. All right, so smoking. Oh, let's look at your feet and make sure you haven't gotten diabetes. Okay, and your BMI. Okay, you're morbid obese, and they just go. It's a checkbox. That's the problem. So we're nudging that way, but we are certainly not at prevention. Yeah. So again, holistic nurses, we call for qualitative and quantitative. So we're still at that qualitative, like this is a number. You are just a number. How can I morph that BMI? How can I smoking cessation rates? How can an HCAP? We live and die with HCAP in the system. We never ask a patient and actually take a survey and say, what was this person? Why were they complaining? However, in ICU, I have little experience because we don't get many HCAPs or things like that. So, an HCAP is when a patient leaves the hospital, they're sent a survey about, I think it's about 3 questions about their experience here, and they just rate them on a 1 to 10 scale. Yeah, and there's many factors that qualify how you get that. Okay. It's based on, the whole point of it is hospital reimbursement. Low HCAPs equal low reimbursement. And some questions are, it used to be, how do they work the question? Did you ever experience pain? And I say that because, yes, I experienced pain. Everyone's going to experience pain. And that's, yes, and some people, their pain is going to be untreatable. They may have emotional pain that we can't treat in this hospital setting. And then the push led to the opioid crisis, treating all pain. And then now they ask, luckily, did they attend to your pain? Okay. So are they making the effort? Yeah, because some people, if you're terminal and bone pain, we can't treat all pain. But did we make an honest effort? Did they listen? So that's the whole point. Yeah, exactly. They weren't just checking boxes. They didn't just treat your pain as a set. They cared about it. So again, that's where nurses, we want a good qualitative and quantitative. And then two, with that pain, a placebo effect, getting into energy work. So, can we rule out a placebo effect?
That's the whole mind body. That's the whole mind aspect of what you think you can create. The co-creators. That's what it says. Is the placebo effect valuable? I think it could be valuable.
I think it's valuable, but what's the flip side? So, the things I see is certification versus not certification. What's the benefit of a certification?
You know, someone that training, and maybe that insurer has, insurer, trustworthy.
Sure. Yeah, some of our basic certifications require ACLS, CLS. So that's good. A background check to get a certification, especially if you're dealing with different areas or whatnot. So that's a good benefit. What's a benefit to not being certified? Sure. Yeah, you can start a business cheaply. I think freedom freedom to practice the way you want to practice. To me.
Lot less rules and regulations.
Well, yeah. However, there are sometimes you need to have rules and regulations. Someone advertising back in the early 1900s, they created the FDA for these rules and regulations for snake oil. Something shouldn't be advertised for, something you can't do. Some energy workers will claim something can do something you can't. Or you'll meet people who turn into shamans, or they grab on some energy therapy, and this is the only one. So check says, I've heard about Reiki, or I've heard about this, I think they're really good things. No. My new school it cures all, and it can teach it. That's what you'll do in a lot of people, and I don't like that route with energy work. I think it should be a very mix and match, and everyone, and self-heal, that's a big thing. If a theory does not allow for self-healing, then you do on self-healing, it's just not worth it. So, what product are you getting? Can you see it? How do I know I'm getting enough energy? How do I know I'm healed? What's a reasonable price for this energy? How do I know this person is worth more than that person? You just kind of, and then what do I do if I'm getting ripped off? Is it really wrong? Has anyone had a negative experience with energy work here? Anybody? Nope. Okay. It's pretty good. So energy work, I don't think it's FDA regulated. So that's the thing. So here's some research I found. It's certainly not all inclusive. So clients, and it's probably going to be a little bit more Reiki centered. So clients reported during results from experienced practitioners. A systemic review of 7 studies, 6 showed statistically significant improvement in pain, anxiety, or both with Reiki. Most studies were Caucasian women, surgical patients, and cancer patients. Potter, 2007, tested Reiki for women undergoing breast biopsy and did not find efficacy when administered in a complementary therapy office. Intentional touch promoted relaxation, well-being, and pain relief with various experiences of the intervention among the 3 nurses and 3 patients. And improvement in pain, tiredness, drowsiness, nausea, appetite, shortness of breath, depression, and anxiety is in mostly white, middle-aged females, 36% taking medications for symptoms with use of master providers. So what does this mean? So Patricia Benner, she had a very popular theory called novice to expert that shows that the more you practice and utilize your skill, you'll go from the very novice who relies on facts and figures to very more intuition and feeling, and you go to peers and things like that. So it's not to say that technique is your guide, but skills and knowledge will help you with that intuition. So research is often limited to who has access to that health care, which is usually well-off white women. Because women often go see gynecologists every year. That's the thing about that too. Men are not always going to go on for an annual checkup. And then geographically close to health care for those who frequently use health care geriatrics. So that makes up a lot of the population in our hospital. So the big push now in preventative medicine is catch them while you can. You do as much teaching, education, preventative services while you can, because you may not see your patient. To your lack of insurance, yeah, and it's true. That's a lot of where that comes from. Your context is key. If your patient is going into surgery, that may skew some of these results, or they already have cancer, their kind of energetic field is disrupted, or their emotions and things like that going into a therapy, like that breast biopsy. If they know they're going into a breast biopsy, they may already have fear that precedes their ability to accept the therapy. They oftentimes tell oncologists, don't ever do a biopsy on Friday because you're leaving your patient to worry about having cancer over the weekend. from? How do you verify the research is energy or whatnot? Exactly the study of to the patients. So they all have benefits, but how they got there. All these studies, a lot of Reiki ones too will say Reiki versus sham Reiki, and they never explain what sham Reiki is. So that's also very hard. So of course, energy work is healer plus energy plus patient. So what is more important? Mm-hmm. There's no wrong. Well, why? Tell me why. Why? What? Yeah, which came first? Okay. Okay, it's true. Yeah, that's what. Well, that's what I think.
Because if your healer's not well, that energy is transferable.
I love it. I love it. So, to me, the modality doesn't matter in energy work. I come from Reiki. I'm not ever doing the healing, and that's the most important part. The Reiki is. That's what I told you. A lot of people will create their school, their business, or whatever, their new theory of Reiki, where they are, and it becomes very egotistical, and I don't like that. I like Reiki because anyone can do it, but at the same time, it creates a gateway where people can take it and kind of morph it, which is a good business model.
I just thought of something.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you were talking about the South, that made me think. Because when I got Reiki certified, I can remember somebody asking me, what is it? And so what I had to point, so I grew up in the church, right? And they always said, speak what you want. It never related to me into, metaphysical manifestation until I watched The Secret. And then when I watched The Secret, what I was reading in the Bible became clear. I was like, oh, this is a secular version of what I learned in Christianity. So, and also Christianity, the Bible says, go to the pastor, have hands laid on you, anoint your body with oil, and that sort of thing. So when someone asked me about Reiki, that was the equivalent that I gave them. It's the same thing. It's just that you're not attaching their thought process of, who the higher being is or whatever. You're not proselytizing religion on them. So that might be a way,
That's what I thought. I just don't come from that background, so I don't know a way to say without saying, in what context, how should without saying I'm proselytizing, I'm not.
The only thing I say is, it's almost, if someone's Christian, I say it's the same thing as in the Bible, and lay hands on the sick and pray for them. That's all I'm doing. If you don't want me to touch you, I'm fine with that. If you want me to just put my hands over you, it's the same thing.
Well, it's funny because in the South, we say, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to do prayers. In the energy work into the eye, I'm going to send energy away. Maybe before I came to me, I saw the manager of the department. She said, I can't go, but I'm going to send you to your way. It's funny, the difference, but like I said, in Reiki, there's a set called Holy Fire Reiki that was designed for the Christian set. So, to me, it's all the same.
It is. It's just, certain people like to put, that spiritual side to it. And that's their choice, but it's just another way to relate to them.
I always chop it up to how they were raised, and it's very hard to change your roots. Because in order for some people to cut off their roots, they have to cut off their family sometimes, or deny that for themselves. And it's, I have to get them to say, you're just incorporating it. So,
And sometimes it's just planting the seed. Someone might not be receptive at that time. I used to teach college for about almost 10 years. And, we would get into things and so I would tell my students, health is a holistic approach. And not everyone is going to be receptive. Remember this. When the student is ready, the master will appear.
I've heard that. Yes, that's a good, yes. I heard this one, they said, remember, you know something that no one else doesn't. I love that. Yeah, I say that one with me. just because I'm being a vessel, a straw to pass that energy doesn't mean I can't learn and get some positive energy through in healing. Because there's a whole lot of bad energy there. So, of course, and that leads to this point. Nurses and healers, particularly wounded warriors. There's a theory that says that some nurses came to this profession because we are wounded, and from that we wanted to help others, and through our wounds we saw their wounds, and we wanted to help them. However, we can't, two wrongs don't make a right. So you have to.
You can't give what you don't have.
But what's something about a dry well or can't bleed blood? Turn up or a stone or something. Yeah, so that's so true. To me, it's about that relationship you build on the top surface. They just keep their students. They just create a space, and whatever happens in that space is for that person. And you'll hear catharsis in the Greek tradition, or say shora. That's the moment where you cross that threshold from this is where I'm broken. I just doubt myself to that just moment of I don't know what this is, but I know something happened. Energy work, and that's when you use energy for that energy stuff that body, where they feel full energy. Where okay, there's energy. That's something that I need to move somewhere else. So they never cure; they heal. That's the important part. Sometimes cure is impossible, but healing can always happen. And the patient can always heal themselves. That's the important part. So take the ego out of it. Less is more. So you are not sending all this energy. You'll see pastors just sending all that energy. Less is more. Take yourself out of it. And that's pretty much it. So I love this quote. So some spiritual seekers, failing to understand the distinction, become energy junkies. After the internal pyrotechnics have subsided, it is consciousness alone that can bring understanding to this person. You'll see that. I think there's two sides to it. Patients who will come and say, I've done everything. I've done this. I've done this. I've done the acid-based diet. I've done salt baths. I've done energy work. I've gone to this. I've done that. And it's true. Nothing has worked for them, or have they really given stuff a thought? Have they let stuff simmer in? There's a theory that we are open and closed systems, and that everything will work for us if we open it up. Or are we open to a therapy at the right time in our lives? And that's exactly what you said. Is when we're ready to learn. So worldviews for energy work. So by the design theory, there's electromagnetic field that is created. You ever do that test in third grade where you put the little copper wire around a battery and a nail, and you can pick stuff up and move stuff away. So that's exactly what that is. So that strength decreases when something further away from a magnet. Okay. EMFs carry information in our computers or phones. And you can compare that to a circuit, an inductor, capacitor, resistor. So stuff you can pass through or resist. It builds up electricity and it discharges it when it needs it in a phone. So comparing that to the human theory, the human body is filled with iron-rich blood and nerves that could carry electricity. The blood carries energy-rich sugar, proteins, and blood throughout the body. Nerves carry emotion, thought, and action. And does anyone know what psychoneuroimmunology is?
Brain,
The psych, emotion, brain, and the immune system. So it's looking at our pituitary gland sending hormones through our body to our suprarenal gland, sending out epinephrine, so adrenaline, noradrenaline, all those things. And to take it one step further, they say that all those hormones or emotional, like interleukins and interferons, and all that can get stored. So based on emotional, things can get stored or released 10 or 20 years from now. So it's a very important feedback loop. You'll hear of cortisol and stress hormone, and that's an important part of that, their work, that we feel that's getting started. So that's, again, another part of that not only our brain is connected to our body with nerves, but our mind, what we think day to day, is just as important.
All I was going to say, I'm reading the book Earthy, and the guy who wrote it because he was big into the cable industry. What they did was they grounded computers, and that we need to be grounded.
Absolutely.
And that's the idea that the earth helps us ground. Like going in there, feet, you're getting free. It's kind of like the negative ions when you go by a waterfall or moving water. The earth moves through your body. It's like static electricity discharging extra units.
What do you think? They say that dogs spin around in a circle and end up facing north when they have to, like, look at food or something. And that's what they're finding, is they're trying to find magnetic north. I don't know, it's a theory, but and then is it dolphins or whales or somebody, they actually can, some type of fish, they actually can sense
Yeah, you got dolphins and whales, sharks. That's how they travel.
they travel, yeah, so it may not be far fetched.
Well, when you're in tune with your body, have you ever noticed, like if you're on the phone and you start pacing, and you're like pacing a certain level, then all of a sudden, the next time you're on the phone, you're doing it a different way, but you always end up kind of in the same area. Pay attention.
Well, it's off. I'll talk on the phone. Come on now. All right. So here's a basic overview of some of these theories. This is, of course, not the only one. So aura is around our body. It's multi-layered. Some theories say it's very discrete. Some say it's very infinite. It has layers like an onion. Some of those layers blend together. Some you can very distinctly chop off. So this protects us while also allowing us to communicate both with other systems as well as the earth. So connects the biopsychosocial, spiritual, mind, body with the outside world. And so an example is when that hair on your body stands up to something, or that scalp you feel when you touch something. So that's that order. So chakra, some say there's 6, some say there's 13. But this is within our body. It's the center of thought and emotion, and they closely relate or work with the organ that they're near. They store, synthesize, process information. They form the mind throughout the body. I think it's an Ayurvedic tradition that is your mind. Your mind is not in your skull. And that's that gut feeling you have, that you may have when you're driving and something tells you to slam on those brakes. And there's a deer that comes. So Native Americans actually use spirit animals. And when they see certain spirit animals do things, or they see animals, of different characteristics do something, that it guides them in the world. And so you could think that that's another extension of a chakra. So again, those animals are receiving, storing, processing, and synthesizing information to tell them how to live life. So again, this is not just one theory. It's a way to kind of break up what's happening in our lives. So meridians, it's just a meshwork. You can equate it to nerves. They've done imaging that showed that very close to our nerves and our blood vessels are these electrical currents that are close to it, but not quite like our nerves. They think that's our meridians working. So again, it communicates between our chakras, and it connects every part of your body. So acupuncture primarily works on this, that the chi, whatever, is blocked, and that creates a condition. They must bring in hot, cold, and create balance. All right. So in our tradition, we attack a patient's needs based on our system. That's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. A lot of professions do this. So we first start biological, food, water, shelter. The patient cannot move up until they go through this. So it's a very rigid system. And we're understanding that it's not quite as rigid as we thought. And you can kind of blend the chakras to this, that you must ground yourself first before you can ever move up and transcend or have a feeling where you can speak your mind or have a sense of belonging or love, which is your heart chakra, or expression, which would be your sacral chakra. Yeah. Solar plexus. So they're closely related. However, I think that chakras, they say one can be out of line and the other completely works, or takes a different theories. So that's, again, a more closely related. I'm just going to briefly go over this. You can find tons of chakra charts with when minerals or sounds or things or therapies or deficiencies. I'll try to post that on that file part. So, but what I love about this is that there's a sound, and in yoga it's a mudra. So there's a position you can sit in or hold it near that chakra to just energize yourself and really just to be mindful when you're trying to balance your chakra. You don't have to go and get someone to work on energy. You can just be thinking and giving that chakra. Again, there can be like a function and a balance. So,
Jackie.
right, you've practically taken over. So I'm going to ask you what chakra. It's fine. It's fine. This is group discussion. So, what chakra do you usually find out of balance for your patients? Or what common themes do you find when you're working with chakras?
So it's interesting. When I start working with someone, I always start at the base. And there are other energy healers that work with the chakras, and they'll say, "Oh, well, I start with the heart because if the heart's out there, it's easier to go from top to bottom or bottom to top." For me, your base chakra, your root chakra, is your foundation. And any house that you build on a cracked foundation will not stand properly. So regardless of which chakra they have out of balance, I usually just start at the base. I'll give them
The Bible? Yeah.
yeah,
So-
I'll give them an assessment, a chakra assessment for them. And I can tell whether it's overactive or underactive. I give them a score. And from there, then, I also give them the intake form. It's kind of like a form like when you go to the doctor about it. Are you having any physical pain? On a scale of 1 to 10, what is it? Do you have this? Have you had diabetes? Do you have migraine?
Yeah, so that would be like going through their
Exactly. So I go through everything to see where it's weak, and then I rate them, and then their rating, like their depression and their nutrition and those kinds of things. So when I look at it, I'll see, okay, you have number 3, 4, 1, 2. Usually the first 4 that are out of balance, and then your throat, which is 5. So there are 7 main energy centers in the body. You have 114 chakras, and what people usually work with those names.
7 and the joint dog.
Right, you have in there, and then you have 70,000 nadis, which relate to the meridians in the body and the lines, those kind of things.
That's a lot of things that can go wrong.
It is.
If you think about it, it's like a plane. It only takes one bolt to come.
And you can work on one chakra for a while.
Oh, yeah.
A long while before you even move up to your sacral chakra.
Sure, well, think about it. If you're going for a condition, taking medicine, there's a side effect that things they can give you. So, yeah, what I've heard 2, maybe 4, maybe even 3, that you always start with your base, because that's your foundation. And I've heard another one, your heart. I've heard that one. I've heard you should always start with a patient is dysfunctional, which sometimes always becomes a quote, because in our society we often suppress our emotions, or what we think, we self-edit what we should say, and that often is the throat. Or if you're a type A person, or if you're angry, you emote anger. And that's not
Well,
healthy
all
either.
that's coming from the base, because the base is love and fear.
Yeah. So
And
you
then
see very
the
much,
emotions come from the heart.
you could argue it, so you're blue in the face. Yeah, because there's no right way. And what I do too for my patients, if they're in pain, I say, what's your pain? Do you feel like you need pain medicine? Which one do you want? And that too sometimes. Or do you feel like it's, or I'll ask them, do you feel like it's anxiety? Some say yes, some say no. So then I divert them to anxiety medicine. Or some patients or nurses will say, do you have pain? What's your scale of 1 to 10? Or your pain on 0 to 10? 7. You just stop there. Don't like that. It's an assessment. It's not, there's no right or wrong. Right. So I think we've pretty much covered that. So again, they go from low to high frequency, some fixing the base to the head. They're influenced by everything: environment, society, the body. People will say that the chakras are very prone to congestion, resistance, or loss of energy, and that when one is overactive, it suppresses the other, or that some theories say that it can take over the work and it can take over. It's just all these different theories. You just have to be able to be aware of them and apply them to your different patients. So just like Maslow's hierarchy, while arranged in a hierarchy, they do not follow a linear pattern of progression. So it's not like a child learning to walk before they run. Let's go back. So these are two main theories of auras. So again, non-discrete etheric, that's a state between energy and matter, astral, moderate, love, humanity. So again, fluid. So you see how they break it down between 1 through 7, and then of course, so Dora Van Gelder comes. So her lower aura is our state of our current state, and then at the waist level is usually our current emotion, need of feet, has experience. Our waist is our thoughts and actions, and our higher aura is our one's potential, our stable being. So that's more of a linear progression through current state, thoughts and emotions, and one's potential. So
Same as 12 field.
that's what it's basically. Yeah. So 6. Yes. 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, and then I think even the picture they say there's like 13, 12, 11, 9. Yeah. So.
Barbara Brennan
Oh,
has 7,
yeah.
Coons has 12.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So I think that's her theory, and I found this photo just to show you literally. There's tons of theory. Yeah. And celestial theory, astral, metaphysical, emotional. Because the aura is used to communicate and express who our body, our internal body is, it encompasses everything. And I'll use an exercise when I'm showing you Reiki that it's really our envelope, our protective envelope. And so if any one of these is damaged, it allows negative energy. Does that make sense? That answer?
Like the
question.
protective envelope.
It really is important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because our immune system is very important, but that's something that has already gotten into our body that is working.
Well, what's interesting too is when the whole energy, all of that can be shifted forward, can be shifted back, one side or the other. It's not just, they don't all just stay in that.
Sure, yeah. Well, that's what some people think. They can be like an onion, or they can meld together. I hear another thing that's popular now. I'm triggered. Has anyone heard that one now? And so I think that's just a reaction to this. I'm triggered, and some people have to throw up false energy. And it's, if you are loving, kind, confident, sound, you already know that. Your aura has already communicated that. It's like when you've ever walked into a space and you just said, I really feel home. You drop your lines of defense. And in other places, you come in rearing like, I am going to. But you are ready to have it. And your aura, your energy has already said that, or the space, the environment has already said that. And, you know, I'm not digging on anybody, but the ICUs are like that. Loud noises, angry people, people running and walking out. You know, white coats, very formal on with their name and entitled, name, rank, and number. I'm running. I'm a purpose. It's, you know.
All
But
the sounds, all the.
it's coming at, yes. Yeah. Procedures, protocol. That's what I'm saying. That's what power posing comes in. It's the environment when I stand and in a certain place, it's help my mind and body. You know. Those are meridians, just like you would use acupuncture, and then here's an artist's depiction of what they think they all come in and do. So I like that because the physical body can exist with the energetic body. Has anyone heard of Kirlian photography? Yeah. Okay. So it's basically, I'm not good at science, so I'm not going to try to explain it too much. But electrolyzed object is taken a photograph of, and they say that people who are using energy work and make a more vivid or a larger, stronger aura. So this is a healthy, leafy, green vegetable, more nutritious food, a more aura. Or someone meditating has a stronger aura, energy worker, Reiki aura, larger aura, versus they did fatty foods that had no aura. Not good, not energetic for us. Yeah. So Reiki.
Oh gosh.
Pronounced Reiki, tomato. So Reiki is spiritual wisdom, life energy. So I act as a straw for Reiki, but I can affect the energy going through it. So negativity can certainly affect it. Again, I have to take my ego out of it. Everyone has Kai, life energy. You have a pulse, you have Kai. So, but only those attenuated can use Reiki. So, the important part is Reiki existed way before the formalized practice. It's just Usui Sensei formalized the practice in 1922. So he sat on a mountain. I'm going to summarize So he sat on a mountain, and he went through all the practices, very similar to the Buddha. And he was just very discouraged. He was at kind of his wit's end, and he was actually going to go into a very formalized practice that the Japanese do to commit suicide. He thought so. He's going to sit on a mountain and meditate for like 21, 22 days, and on this very popular mountain in Japan or Tokyo or something like that. So he sat and on this waterfall, dripped down this water on his head, and this Reiki life energy entered his body, and these symbols came to him, and what he must do to pass on Reiki. So that's how it was attenuated to him, and then he developed some practices to attenuate others. He didn't do the bulk of the work to spread it because what happened is there was a large earthquake around that time, and he needed a way to heal people quickly. So he passed on the symbols to a lot of people. I think they said he healed something like 20,000 people or laid his hands on. So misconceptions. Reiki can never deplete your energy. I'm not using my energy to heal. A good practitioner should never feel depleted. As a nurse, I would go home sometimes just feeling drained. So that's the difference. That's what brought me to this. As soon as I heard that, I was just in love. So anyone can learn it. Anyone with the capacity. A 3-4-year-old who can speak can learn Reiki. Reiki can be performed on the self. You can energize yourself as you're pulling it through the chakras, anywhere, anytime, and it is self-directed. So if I'm hitting a head chakra, I think, wow, this person is really needing some spiritual guidance. They have a job they're very nervous about, or they're looking at a new house, or they can't emote the energy or the base. I think all my patients will start at the base, I'll go to the base. They really need some emotional healing. The Reiki is just going to flow right up to the heart. If I go here and I feel 5 minutes and then I go here, but they still need healing on that heart, it's just going to patient's going to pull it right to their heart. So that's what I love about it too. And you can start somewhere and really feel a pull and it kind of die out and you go somewhere else. So that's what I love. You can start somewhere if they have knee pain or arthritis and hit that part or whatever the patient wishes, but again, it is self-directed. They're going to pull it through their body in which they want or in ways you may never know. So again, here's the signs for Reiki. I'm not going to go through all of it. The important part is it's got key, prana, time, or biofield. It kind of relates to all of those. So it can be used preventatively as well as for treatment. Follows the laws of attraction and being self-directed. It's got many forms of expression. Those are the three major people. So again, it's Usui Reiki formalized it. Dr. Hayaya, don't quote me. So he really took it and made it into protocol. So for this illness, I'm going to use these hand positions over the body. For this, and he made a whole book and standardized it. He actually used many providers on one patient to, more people, the more Reiki. And then Madame Takata, she took it to the United States and made, I think, 6 or 8 main masters, and she really built up Reiki here and spread it and made a formal attenuation process. And she would even attenuate a patient's family member so that they could receive Reiki continuously. That's what she's known for. And that's we can learn. So some Reiki techniques for everyday life. So they call it dry bathing, and it's just the act of just kind of using your hand to kind of wash off, set a good intention. You literally just kind of like an act, you just bathe yourself. And what you're doing is you're setting an intention that this energy is not mine. So, going throughout the day, we collect that negative energy, that static discharge. We're just wiping that off before and after a session. So, as a nurse in psych courses, they tell us that we should create a barrier between our patients, a professional barrier, because we don't want to express too much of ourselves. That doesn't allow a patient enough room to express themselves. And so I think that's a very close way that I can relate that. It's not my energy. The Gasho meditation, so it's a very simple, just for today. You don't get angry, you don't worry, you be grateful, you work hard, and we just find out. So we can use that for our intention. So for me, I can't just sit and meditate and try to push everything out of my mind. I'm like a type C. I'm like a kind of in between. I'm always thinking and churning. So for me, I have to have something I just go through and I think about, and that's the way you can kind of just go through and center yourself. I'm not even going to try to say any of these names, but they're there if you want them. So this is called to cut negative energy, some in the impact world or the use all the words, go to spiritual world. They call it cutting your cords. And so this is what it is. So you just very forcefully at your solar plexus, your heart chakra level, you just cut that cord. Or you're called placing your cord, your energetic cord somewhere else. So you're saying this is not my energy. I need to plug it in. Yes. Yes. Like the little paper clip on your desktop. So this is to breathe in energy. So you just perform that meditation, get yourself ready. So you breathe in nice, cold, red energy up through your feet. Imagine that red energy from your body, moving through your head. And you release white energy, breathing it out into your hands and forming a bubble. Now, you want to do that now, or you don't want to do it at the end? Just kind of the Boson scan, Biosyn scan, is a self-scan where you place your hands, or the practitioner will place their hands over the body of the person the doctor feels, and they try to find energetic blockages or excesses or deficiencies as they go through, and they find out where they're going to start with Reiki. Some just do a really heavy-to protocol, but that's what you do. You find out where you need to go. There's an online course where you can do free Reiki if you want to know more about the process, and then you pay someone to be attenuated. I think it's much more enlightening, enriching, like a self-care mental day to go do it. If for nothing else, if you say I'm not going to practice it or I don't have the time or want to start doing it, to just do it to feel that energy. It feels much differently. Because at this point, usually what you do is you go through the course, you don't know what Reiki is, and you're attenuated, and then you feel all this energy versus how I got it done. Yeah, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing it right? So I got it done. I was attenuated, and then I learned about it. So I'm like, whoa, I actually know what it's like as I'm learning. So yeah, you can kind of learn more about it. Does anyone have any questions? I think we're a little over, but if y'all want to sit, we can review or energy work or just kind of discuss anything. The energy work. Okay, so we can do what? You want to do the the breathe in, yeah. Oh no, this is what I was going to do. I was going to go through kind of the whole process of just getting down, sitting down. body. 14, 16 around you. On high frequency.
Going to bring home. What's the time?
Great. Actually, this lady probably she does a combination of doing after the bread, and then she your spine. She said that energizes the brain,
Alright, and then something like that, and then it's like using the spreadsheet.
right? It's just tap it up with forehead, rub it with forehead, and just move your spine around. Help pumps your spine with the bread. Take deep breaths, and then hug it over there, like CO2.
I heard one person about that art therapy, and they didn't know what it was or what it was for, but they felt different.
EFT.
So,
Yeah, I didn't even see that up there, you're right. The whole modality itself, EFT.
Well, I hope if I ever have to be in the hospital.
You don't.
I hope I get a nurse like you.
I'm actually happy to see that the hospital being integrated more.
Yeah.
It was a godsend, like when I saw it, I'm about to cry. I almost fell down because that's exactly what I was about to say. And that's something I would have never done. It's not my forte. And it was heartbreaking because I was called to nursing. So I'm glad to see that they were up there.
But then you said when you saw using the Reiki, I always said Reiki, but it can go either way.
We're in the South.
Right. Yeah. And we're also, bless your heart.
That's what
That's always Southern. Yeah.
always an insult in my opinion.
Yeah, well,
Really? Why?
I used to work
I
with
love
this
it.
lady, and she's from Georgia, and every time she didn't like somebody, she would go,
Oh.
oh, bless his heart.
I know. They do, but that's not everybody.
that apple spoils the bunny.
I know.
Well, see, my mom's from Philly, so I see both sides.
Yeah.
You know, up north, they don't say hi, they don't say nothing.
Yeah.
It's a city of brotherly love, but it's anything from it.
Thank you very much.
No,
I
thank you for
enjoyed it.
coming.
We have to get cleaned up.
No, I got it.
But what
I'll
you
pull the
said,
car around.
you said that it didn't deplete you
Yeah.
to use that, and that's what made you so happy. So maybe that's where you're going, instead of, allopathic hospital work.
Well,
Yeah.
what I love is, even as a kid, I was like the man. If you create a rule, I'm going to find a way. So I'm glad because I want to change the system.
Yeah.
Because if I just leave with all these patients here that still need healing, they don't need a cure, they need a healing. Cures can never happen. And even if they find the cure for cancer, what about once they're cured, they're still going to have that emotional trauma. And then too, all the nurses who came from my way. So I'm still going to be here. I want to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I'm glad I went through that road. Still feel it's significant. Why?
Yeah.
What was the job?
Well,
There.
I think nurses are the backbone. I mean, without nurses, none of this could exist at all. More so than doctors.
Well,
Yeah, I know it is, but the nurses do all the work. It seems to me, every hospital they are.
Yeah, well, we get into that way of being a doctor and this kind of other, but like us, the whole system. And each system has their own way of healing, and theirs is to squash symptoms. And there's consequences to that. Naturopathy has consequences to there. Osteopathy. So we have to just
Matthew, if I buy a ticket, that'd be about a Matthew Wicks, I'm the only one that.
And I'll give you the spa one, the spa package with all the bath bombs and journaling. Pink, pretty and pink.
How much?
I think it's 5 for 1, or I think I said no, 1 for $5 and
So if
5
I buy
for
one ticket for $5, I'm a guaranteed winner.
Yeah, why not?
Everybody else is in there.
Why not?
All right, so what's my prize? $5.
Well, I want to see the money first.
Yeah, $5 for a good time. So I'll do all this. You ever change for 20? I've got 3. Well, if I get $12,
I take
I gave you $5.
Where's my wallet?
Ah! And I'm donating a good cause.
That's ironic because I can't find my wallet. I must have left it in the car. I take credit cards now. I swear.
Liz, hold on. You have a change? Eighty? Oh, good to see you. No. That's something, yeah.
He gave me a 5, this is 5. All right. You as well.
Yeah,
All right.
Bye.